On Wolves 1, this is your full-time match reaction from Old Trafford on this Tuesday night. And all I'm going to say is cancel New Year's Day, cancel 2026, because Manchester United have ended 2025 as the shit that they started like at the start of this Premier League season. How embarrassing it must be tonight to be a Manchester United fan. We didn't deserve to win the game. Wolves were miles better than us inside that second half. And Manchester United don't have any end product. And I'll tell you what, Gary Neville is absolutely right. For once in his life, Gary Neville is absolutely right with his opinions and views for once. Ruben Amorim got it wrong tonight. And I've been saying how many times Ruben Amorim has got it wrong at this football club. The way he sets us up, the formation he uses, the tactical approach. Honestly, it's fucking shit. It really, really is shit. If we can't beat Wolves at home, who are going to be breaking a Premier League record for the lowest points tally in Premier League history, it says a lot about how shit we actually are. And we were shit. From the minute go, we were awful. He is massively, massively at fault for the Wolves equaliser tonight. Xerxes is massively, massively at fault. And I don't blame Ruben Amorim for actually dragging off his lazy ass off the pitch. I really, really don't. Because tonight, it's the good and the bad of Joshua Xerxes. They're waxing lyrical over the opening Old Trafford goal for Manchester United. They're waxing lyrical over it. And let's be honest, it took a fucking massive deflection. If that deflection wasn't there, that ball wouldn't have ended up in the Wolves' net. So they can wax lyrical about how good Xerxes' goal was. It was nothing more than pure luck. It was nothing more than pure fucking luck. And that, it goes to show. It goes to show how bad a player Xerxes actually is. And at the time, you get excited when you bring new players in. You get excited. Everyone gets carried away when you bring a new player in. But at the end of the day, it goes to show when you drag a player off, it pretty much sums up that Xerxes is out the door. It pretty much sums up that Xerxes is out the door. He has to go. He doesn't even want to be here. Xerxes even came out and made comments saying, I don't want to be here anymore. I don't want to play for Manchester United. So what the fuck is Ruben Amorim doing? And don't tell me, oh, it's because we've got no Menu, we've got no Fernandes, we've got no Mount, we've got no Mbeumo, we've got no Ahmad, we've got no Mazraoui. At the end of the day, Xerxes doesn't want to be here. He wants to go. So what the fuck is Ruben Amorim chucking him in the team? What a joke he is as a coach. Can you not recognise that a player who doesn't want to be here wants to go, but yet you're still putting him in the team? You're still considering him for selection, and he's at fault for the goal. The best thing Ruben Amorim has done all season long was getting his lazy ass off at half-time. That's the best bit of coaching I have seen Ruben Amorim do all fucking season. Get that lazy ass shit off the pitch and kick him out the doors of Old Trafford and get someone to drive him to the airport and shift him back to fucking Italy. Because I tell you what a waste of 38 fucking million on a bang average Bologna striker who everybody thought was it. Who thought was the end product. Who thought it was going to be that goal scorer to bang the goals in. What Xerxes done tonight, he's produced the good and he's produced the bad. He gets a lucky goal that was nothing more than pure luck. Let's be honest. If that Wolves player wasn't there and he didn't deflect the shot off the Wolves player, it doesn't go in. And what he does at the opposite end, we're trying to defend a corner. We're trying to defend a corner and he basically gives the assist for the Wolves player at our back post, by the way. He gives an assist to the Wolves player at our back post. So basically, Xerxes has gifted Wolves an unlikely point that should have never ever happened at Old Trafford tonight. We should have won that game by at least 3 to 4 goals tonight. Wolves have not won a game all season and Wolves are going to celebrate that tonight like it's a win, like it's 3 points. Don't be surprised if Wolves all of a sudden get out of danger and escape relegation because they come to Old Trafford and got a point. The squad is wank. We are so poor. No energy, slow, no pressing ship midfielder. Generally, sack him. You can blame the players all you want, but it comes down to the setup. Ref was the worst I have seen. Yes, we play teenagers. That result is on the manager tonight, simple as. Kuna was fouled so many times, but the ref didn't see shit. Sesko was shit. Doesn't matter, the manager changing shape is to blame. Shocking today. Didn't look like we were going to score. Bruno is our engine. Sesko is shit. No, it's VAR and the ref. Sack him, says Liam. Heading a ball when he could have striked it, says George. Should be sacked now, but we won't sack him, says Jacob. Sesko and Kuna have cost us that game. A lazy narrative. Why the fuck are we signing managers from Portugal and the Netherlands? No, it's the manager going to a system which doesn't work. Completely agree with that. Kuna was good in aspects of the game, I suppose. Who Ten Hag brought in? Exactly. Ten Hag did bring Xerxes in. Completely agree with that. Aaron has just won an award to be happy. The quickest Manchester United manager to lose 10 games at Old Trafford. That says a lot about how bad Ruben Amorim actually is. Embarrassing, drawing to a terrible wall side. Kuna got marked out and fouled so many times. They made me cry. The ref was also so weird, says Deflect. Amorim has to go now, says Ben. Manager is totally to blame. If I was a Wolves fan, I'd be celebrating that, says George. Amorim needs to go, says Zeke. Wolves didn't play good, we just played shit. Why take Kevin off, says Mr. Ripkin. Completely agree with that. Fletcher, why just why? You can't press in that formation. It was only a last minute. The formation also was off. We can win every game. Unlucky tonight. The formation is unplayable. Sack Amorim, says Riley. Why Fletcher? It's not on the manager. It's the players that could be bothered. Kuna was good. He was absolutely shite. We have a lot of injuries, but even still should have won. Sesko should have controlled ball, then kicked it. Thank you for the follow, George. Very much appreciated. Kuna was out of himself. I was out by himself out there. Everything was terrible. Amorim is clueless, says Paul. And none of Amorim's decisions make sense to me. Fletcher was horrid. But what I don't get is why you're chucking on a 17-year-old kid and why you're chucking on Jack Fletcher. And again, don't tell me that it's because we've got no Mainu, because we've got no Fernandes, because we've got no Mount. I don't want to hear that tonight. And Jack Fletcher just shows how bad of a coach and how desperate Amorim is trying to get. Amorim is basically using the get out of jail free card. We might as well be playing the fucking Monopoly game board, the board game, because at the end of the day, to chuck kids on to try and get you a result, don't tell me it's because of injuries. Every team has got injuries. Wolves were riddled of injuries. So are we. But to chuck kids on to try and rescue this situation, to try and win us the game, there was better options on that bench to go with. There was better options on that bench we could have gone with. But Amorim has completely ignored certain players on that bench. And even Mark Goldbridge said, we could have taken off a defender and got Obi on. And Obi hasn't seen a minute of first team football all season. And yet gets completely ignored for 96 fucking minutes. I completely agree with Mark Goldbridge. We should have taken off a defender and got Obi on. It would have been another attacking option that could have won us the game. Kuna should have been replaced after 45. We bottled it, so Ollie said it's embarrassing. Jordan has said up the walls. He should be sacked tonight. Amorim has to be sacked after that because his dad was in the crowd. Exactly. Jack Fletcher, Manto, who even are they? Jack Fletcher is absolutely shite just because his dad is Darren. Jack, we had a whole team out. You're celebrating going down. He rushed it with the header. You blame the coach who we want, but who are you putting on with the players we have? Jack Fletcher playing because of who his dad is. Completely agree with that. I think that's a complete correct comment to make. Because the players are burnt out by being run around the pitch without the ball. Fumble FC. Yeah, I'm good, Dark Rider 9022. How are you, bro? Bringing on 7-year-olds in a game we were struggling. Fletcher is not a footballer. Kuna was shite tonight and needed to step up. Who's going to tell him? By the way, name one sub who would have been better. Obi would have been a better option of bringing Jack Fletcher and the 17-year-old kid on. It's not hard to fucking tell who we should have brought on. Bro, what was Amorim thinking subbing him on? How was Jack Fletcher a footballer, says Mason. Completely agree. Sesko rushed it. It needed to stay composed, controlled, and then kicked it. It's not good enough. Instead, we put Yoro on. Exactly. Jack Fletcher living off his dad's name. Completely agree with that. I think you bang on that comment. Why did we sub Agate? Give him time, man, says Leah. Amorim needs sackers, says makers and takers. Come on, Wall, says Cody. And you think you're going to beat Leeds, said Finley. Yeah, forget Leeds. We ain't beating Leeds. Someone 134 said that referee needs to be on fraud watch. All 10-year-olds saying sack him. But we was very attacking, so he made the right decisions. I don't think Ruben Amorim made the right decisions. I think tonight is sackable. If I'm the board and I'm the owners of that football club, I'm actually sacking Amorim. If you can't beat Wolves at home when you have smacked them 4-1 away at Molineux. You're telling me we can't even beat them at Old Trafford, and people saying give Amorim time, Cannot be giving Amorim time after that. I'm sorry, it's sackable. It's massively, massively sackable. If you're going to give Amorim time, tell me why you're giving him time. How would Obi been better? Doesn't even make any sense. Ref was woeful, absolute embarrassment, says Callum. You're on at 1-1 with 15 minutes left, exactly. If Amorim's not sacked by tomorrow, then it tells you the lack of ambition. Come on, Wolves, says Cody. Taking Evan off was a madness. Wolves, are we? Rather we went for it, got nothing rather than a point. You're obsessed, lad. We had to play the kids. Fletcher is young, I respect that, but wow, he's awful. Where was Lowry? Shane Lowry, I mean, that Shane, what's his first name? Didn't even get a bloody minute. Give him time. How long does he want? Have you only just tuned in? What a load of shite that was. Them subs was absolutely shocking. Completely agree with that. Benching Xerxes for Fletcher fucked the whole game. The only reason why Xerxes was taken off is because he was at fault for the fucking Wolves goal. That is the only reason I can justify Xerxes' substitution. Because Xerxes basically gave Wolves the equaliser. What is he doing? Heading it straight to the Wolves player at the back post. And no one's even marking that Wolves player. That's what angers me even more. Xerxes should have just booted the ball out of his foot, or just fucking put a fucking decent header out for at least a throw-in or at least another Wolves corner. But instead he completely does the opposite and gives Wolves a fucking free chance on goal. That defender from Xerxes is absolutely embarrassing. Ahmad and Buema are best players. Without them, we look horrible. We are missing a couple of players, though. It's no excuse, though, Mason. It's no excuse. The defender changes are stupid. Reckon you'll beat us at Ellen Road. I don't think we're beating Leeds at the weekend. We ain't beating Leeds at the weekend if we go with the same team. Absolutely no chance. So many players missing is the only reason he will keep his job. Give him the 3rd point. Amorim out. Obsessed. Why on earth did he bring on a defensive midfielder for an attacker? Completely agree with that. Why did he take Xerxes off? What the fuck? Wolves, though, think Xerxes was taken off because he's out of there off to Roma. Why didn't he put Obi on, needing a goal, and doesn't put a striker on? Who doesn't help himself? If he took Xerxes off for no reason, I'm baffled. Reckon you'll beat us at Ellen Road. No, we're not beating Leeds at the weekend playing like that. Absolutely no chance. Kuna's doing my head in as well. We've got no fit players, lad. Amorim out now. Haha, unlucky you never walk alone. 1-1 to Wolves is bad, says Callum. Completely agree. Wolves played you off your own pitch. Yeah, to be fair, they were a better team in the second half and looked the most likely team to score. Lost to a team who can't even take a throw-in. Can't even let my mind go to Amorim. Players are an embarrassment. Amorim needs a 6-year contract, says In My Liverpool Home. Goes 1-1 and takes Xerxes off for a defensive midfield. Baffled. Leeds will be all over us, says George. Completely agree. Same old United. Liverpool on top. Mind the gap. So Amorim is clueless, honestly. Sadly, the kids he put on was shit. Can't even beat Wolves, though, can you? Yeah, we can't. Ashamed to be a United fan, says Biff Khan. Can be a good game at Ellen Road, I reckon. We're not beating Leeds at Ellen Road. Kills me. He put on Fletcher and played him right wing all half, out of position for an entire half. Leeds will win 3-0. Yes, they did. Mind the gap. Amorim just needs to be sat. If they have heaven taking heaven off made no sense. But it's some of the comments like, Gary Neville's right. Amorim got it wrong from minute 1. Amorim got it wrong. Like, for once, Gary Neville's absolutely right. I've had enough of this football. I don't recognise what we're doing. I don't know what formation we're playing. I don't know the approach to half of our games that we play in. And if you can't beat Wolves, Bournemouth, West Ham, Everton at home, it does a lot. It shows a lot how shit we actually are. If you would have won all 4 of those games, that's 12 points. Those 12 points have gone. It's because of Amorim. And people will say, well, you've got no Mbeumo, you've got no Ahmad, you've got no Mazraoui, you've got no Fernandes, Mainu, Mount. But at the end of the day, that is a justified point. But we should still have players to be able to get us results. But those players we've got ain't good enough. We ain't good enough. It's simple as that. Not even Shea Lacey gets a minute tonight. Completely ignored for 95 minutes. And there was people getting excited on Twitter, on X, whatever you want to call it, saying he was going to start. He didn't even get a kick. Shea Lacey didn't even get a look in tonight, and Amrin completely ignored him. He ignored Obi as well. What's the point of those two players taking a position on the bench if they're not even going to get picked? If they're not even going to get any game time, what's the point? Amrin was trying to lose his job, says Joel. Had enough of Amrin. Needs to be sacked tonight. Anyone wanting him to stay are just deluded. How Kuna played 90 minutes and Shea Lacey got none is abolishing. Exactly, completely agree with that. Exactly. If you can't beat those teams, then generally you should be managing those teams. Villa been humbled, yeah, got a 4-0 hammer by us on the Emirates. Yeah, Amram hit the post, didn't he? How's my night been? It's absolutely horrific. Drawing 1-1 to Wolves at home is embarrassing. And Wolves are going to celebrate like that's 3 points. And fair play to them. Fair play to Wolves. Fair play to them. Fair play. Because they were massively the better team in the second half. They created most of the better attacking opportunities and looked like the team that was mostly going to score. So I'm not surprised that we've only drawn this game 1-1. We didn't have the creativity. We don't have a midfield. We don't have a fucking defence. We don't even have a fucking attack. We basically have a non-existent attack that can't put the ball in the net. I mean, Sesko has 2 decent chances on goal. One, he hits the post, and then on the 52nd or 56th minute, he's played himself well onside and made the right run at the right time. And he plays a free header straight back to Jose Sarr. That should have gone in. I'm sorry, from Sesko's point of view, the 2 chances he's missed tonight are absolutely abysmal. As a striker, the 2 chances he's had to score, if he can't take both of them, it clearly shows Sesko isn't the striker that United should have gone for. He can't score goals. What are we meant to do? What are we meant to do? Same old excuses week in, week out with Amrin. Completely agree with that. Sesko is worse than Højlund. Who would you want as manager? That was an embarrassment to watch. United are about the same level as Wolves. We live in your head day and night. Amrin should walk after that. A few of the players should follow him. Absolute shocking display, says Niall. Honestly, it's a shamble how half of these players are at Manchester United. It's embarrassing. Completely agree with that. Sesko is so bad. Who would you replace Amrin with? Had 10 players out injured. We can't keep using players being out injured and players being the African Cup of Nations as an excuse. But clearly we are missing those players. Please smash that like button. Please give me a follow. We're missing Mainu. We're missing Fernandes. We're missing Mount. We're missing De Ligt. We're missing Maguire. Ahmad, Mbeumo, Mazraoui. That's 8 first-team players out of that first team that we don't have. We don't have 8 first-team players to go in that team. What is Amrin meant to do? Because the players he's got at his disposal are shit. And we're heading into January in 3 days' time. The January transfer window opens on the 1st of January. We are going to have to spend money. We're going to have to spend some type of money in January. Because we can't go with this same team against Leeds. We can't go with this same team against Burnley. Because we've then got Arsenal away and then City at home back to back. If you can't beat Leeds and you can't beat Burnley, then what on earth are we going to do at the Emirates? What are we going to do at Old Trafford against City? What are we going to do? Leave Sesko alone. What is your knowledge of player development? Only Heaven and Martinez were good. Leeds are going to batter use and Lamens. Amrin's the right man to be in charge, says Jeff. Send them to Bradford City. We could use them. Give it a rest, says Steve. Mbeumo's our top scorer. He's an AFCON. Half of the team has to go. Thank for the follow, Tracy. Very much appreciated. We just have quality in depth. 70-year-old kids can't just come in and win games. He brought them out. It's his fault. Could have had a full team out there. Should be winning that game, especially with Wolves' current form. Yes, we can. Most local, not beating 2 point Wolves at home is unacceptable. No matter how many injuries we've got. Completely agree with that. Completely agree. No matter how many injuries we've got, we should still be beating Wolves at home. I think if we have had those players who played against Wolves away, we still would have won. But at home at Old Trafford, they deserve to be booed off at half-time, and they deserve to be booed off at full-time. United, there's no excuses from tonight's game. You make Wolves look like prime Real Madrid. Completely agree with that. Wrong formation for the players, says Liam. United always lose points. Every player needs to be sold. Even a dead cat can beat Wolves. Ruben got tactics wrong from the start. Aiden Heaven is too big for his boots. Nah, bro, Ruben got to go because why he's subbing off Xerxes after I'm putting on some new player. Sesko should have scored at least one. Up the wall, says Jordan. Just walked away from a match. Amrim has to go. Head in hand, seen enough. Drop points to a team with less points in a triangle. That's fucking quality. Honestly, the point Callum's just made then, that is fucking quality. Dropping points to a team with less points in a triangle. How are you going to deal with Dominic Calvert-Lewin? Amrim on borrowed time, says Welsh Dave. We are a long way from a top 14. We already knew that. Can't even beat bottom. Thanks for the share of the live, Harry. Amrim was right. Academy players aren't all that. Fletcher's had a few games. Lacey as well. Lacey's not even seen a kick. He literally came on at Molineux, and that's all he's seen apart from that. Good start to the season for you, to be fair, says John, the Jenga champ. Are you gonna watch? Are you a one match fan or a long term fan? Absolutely no. I'm a long term fan because I watch clueless football. It was a close game. No, it wasn't. We were shit. Manager is the problem. He's an awful manager. Formation is terrible. At least we didn't spend 500 to still be rubbish, says MUFC J25. I think Amrim tonight is on borrowed time. I think Amrim's on borrowed time tonight. And thank you for the rose. Very much appreciated. Can Sesko win the Ballon d'Or? I think I've got more chance winning the Ballon d'Or than what Sesko's ever going to do in his United career, which isn't going to be a lot. Because I don't think Sesko's going to last long at this club. Once we have depth, we will be fine. We can't keep using injuries and we can't be using the African Cup of Nations as an excuse. Yes, we are missing those players, but we should still have enough to be able to go and get results. But the problem is, if you look at that team, all you've got is Lemens, Dalot, Heaven, Martinez, Shaw, Dorgu, Agate, Casemiro, Martinez, Sesko, Kuna and Xerxes. If you look at that United team, who stands out? Who stands out in that United team who's actually going to give you any attacking hope? Who's going to score you the goals? Who's going to produce that quality? That quality ain't there. The only quality player I would probably say two at least deserve any praise is Matthias Cunha again for his work rate and praise in Heaven for his determination and his willpower to actually win the ball off the Wolves player and produce the assist for Xerxes' goal. Apart from that, they're the really only two standout players that I think can actually cover themselves in any good way tonight. Apart from that, what did Luke Shaw do? What did Dorgu do? What did Agate do? What did Casemiro do? What did Jack Fletcher do? What did this 17-year-old do? There are too many players in this team who ain't good enough. There's so many players in that team that ain't good enough. Casemiro's played 95 minutes tonight, and people will say, well, what's Amrim meant to do? He's got no Fernandes, he's got no Mainu, he's got no man. At the end of the day, we need to be buying players in January to help that midfield situation. At the end of the day, we need to be buying players. Unfortunately for that, he started really poor every game he's been in and doesn't bode well for. Exactly, completely agree with Kev. We know why Arsenal didn't sign Sesko. He should be scoring from one of those chances. Exactly. Look at the two chances Sesko has. The one he hits the post, that should go in. That should go in. There's no excuses from that. And I think it was either the chance on, was it the 52nd or 56th minute, that he made the right run and plays a direct header straight at the goalkeeper. That should go in. So Sesko really has not got any excuses to the two chances he hasn't scored. There's no excuse. They're perfectly easy, good goals to score. And you've hit the target, but unfortunately none of them have gone in. So what does that say about Sesko? What does that say about that striker we've got? What does that say? Feels like a loss, can't lie, says Reese. Completely agree, Reese. Completely agree with you. Dorgu should have been offside for the rebound. He can't read the game. How did you drop points to us, says Ben. No excuses tonight. It's not good enough, says the Cola Cake Man. Sesko made his own chances. Needs someone to play to him. Beating Wolves isn't for everyone, says Jake. At the end of the day, if you can't beat Wolves at home, it says a lot about Amrim. It says a lot about him as a coach. And it says about him, his tactics and his approach and the way he sets us up and the formation he uses. He hasn't got a bloody clue. He got it wrong for minute one. And the problem is, people will say, you know, back Amrim, give him time. He's had enough time. He's had enough excuses. He's had enough time to prove he ain't the right coach. He ain't the right manager. And he clearly can't develop these young players because chucking Jack Fletcher on, the only reason Jack Fletcher is playing is because his dad Darren played for the club. That's the only reason Jack Fletcher gets game time, is because Darren Fletcher apparently is a legend of the club. And I don't think he's a legend. I don't think Darren Fletcher was that good. We had better players than Darren Fletcher. Yes, he's scored a good few goals, but I don't rate him as a legend in my opinion. I don't rate him as a legend. I really don't rate him, and that's the only reason his son is getting in the team. That's the only reason his son's getting in his team. And Thomas said Darren was useless as well. Exactly. Killian has said half the team is missing, but that ain't no excuse, my friend. Just because we've got players missing, that ain't no excuse. We should have won tonight. Wolves have been shit. They've not won a game all season, and they've only picked up 3 points from 19. There was no excuses. Should have signed Ekatite in the summer. Sesko is just another Hoyland. Man United can't even beat a team with 3 points. You might be going down with them the ways you're going. And we'll be in the Premier League whilst you go Plymouth away. Agree, Fletcher is out of his depth. Sesko will never be any good. How are you going for Fletcher? Because he was brought on and looked completely invisible. What did he do? Someone tell me what Jack Fletcher did in that second half. Someone please tell me what he did. What did he do? What did he do? Should have won, lol, you were shit. Exactly. Sesko is shite, says Percy. Kuna needs to be sold, says Reform UK Croydon. If you were going to go for anyone, it has to be the senior players. Imagine drawing to Wolves, says Josh. First game, he's been bad, by the way. Well, it's not the only reason, is it? I watched a better League 2 game last night. Xerxes was no better than... Exactly. The only reason why Xerxes was taken off is because of the way he gave Wolves the goal. That's the reason why Xerxes was dragged off. It's because he gave Wolves a free equaliser. No one's defending the Wolves player at the back post. And not being disrespectful, did anybody see any United players stand on either of our posts, by the way? What's all those United players doing in our box, by the way? None of our players are standing on either post. So neither posts are getting covered anyway. So that goal was always going to go in. That's poor defending from a set piece and from a corner. That's fucking shit. If that's the way we're going to defend, then God, we're in trouble from set pieces. Could you imagine what Arsenal are going to do to us? Could you imagine what City are going to do? They're going to tear us a fucking new asshole. Well, it's not... I watched a bet. Xerxes was no better than all these people slating lads. If you were that good, you'd be playing. So people moan Amram ignores the academy and he uses them. People moan, man. It's because these academy players are fucking shit. These academy players are never going to make it. Jack Fletcher, what was the point? Chucking a 17-year-old on, what was the point? Academy players are useless. Talent we're producing these days is woeful. It's not looking good, says Harrison. Got a lucky deflection goal. Also, by the way, says Joseph. Completely agree. Xerxes' goal was nothing more than pure luck. Xerxes' goal was nothing more than pure luck. Pure luck. Pure luck. Needs to go for Gallagher from Athletic Madrid and Nunes from Saudi. Neves, yeah. Man United needs to bring in a better striker, better defenders and better midfielders. Not Fletcher's fault. Those leaders on the pitch, he was setting like a lamb to the slaughter, says Dave. Completely agree. But Matai's doing too much, just needs to start passing. You can't even beat us. Dorgu is not offside. The fact that we look dry without Bruno is so shocking. The problem is, we don't need all these players forever. But at the end of the day, we are missing them. And it is offside. The Dorgu chance and the Dorgu goal is offside. There's no two ways about it. It was shit. He couldn't even keep himself onside for an easy tap-in. Like, if you can't read the game, Dorgu, get out the team. Like, I was praising him against fucking Newcastle. But after Christmas and Boxing Day, it all goes pear-shaped again. It's typical Manchester United. It's typical Man United. We get a good result against Newcastle. Everyone waxes lyrical about it. And all of a sudden, we play Wolves and we can't even beat them. It says the mentality of these players. It's so fucking shit. Should have moved Martinez into centre midfield and take off Agate. There's no system, such a dysfunctional team. There's a reason players leave and look 10 times better. Who was ever saying Dorgu wasn't offside is blind. Clearly offside, said Josh. Can't talk about everything else, but the manager is to blame. Imagine drawing to Wolves. Yikes, says L Mills. How is Sesko bad? because Sesko had possibly 2 easy chances to score tonight and does fuck all in either chance. He gives the free header back to Jose Sarr and he hits the post from a fucking corner. Both of those chances should have gone in. As a striker at elite level, both those chances should have gone in. If you can't score them, Sesko isn't the guy. He ain't the striker. Sesko is woeful. Missing Mount in that game shows how good he is. Sesko's going to be the death of me, says why. We ain't good enough. We didn't deserve to win tonight. And if Wolves would have won, which they could have done, Wolves could have won that game. If they would have won tonight, I actually would have given them credit. I would have said, you know what, Wolves deserved to win that game. They created most of the better chances inside that second half. But again, you have to look at the players of us. You have to look at Amorim. You have to look at our non-existent midfield. You're playing Casemiro for 95 minutes, which is a joke. We've got Agate, who's meant to be off to at least Galatasaray Fenerbahce. I will drive him to the airport if he wants to go to Turkey. Because the only turkey he's getting is the leftover turkey from Christmas Day. Because Agate is fucking shit. He was good against Newcastle. Play Wolves. Yeah, I don't fancy it tonight. I don't fancy it. Just accept we are lucky to be where we are. We've been found out, accept out and try walking away from Old Trafford. None of our players are good enough, says Paul. No cross at all in the first 30 minutes. Agate gave me hope I could be whatever I want to be in life. Our players are not good enough, Mr. Luke Everington. I generally think I'd be better than Amorim. Completely agree with you, Harry. I think everybody in the live chat could be better than Amorim, including myself. I would set us up better. I would use a better formation. I would have better players. I wouldn't be keep bum-fucking some of these players in the ass every fucking week just because he's Portuguese like Dalot and Fernandes. Oh, forgot he ain't got Fernandes, so he's only got Dalot. Put the under-21s in the first team. Can we just admit if we had Mount in that game, we would have won easily? Sesko's a good player. He will come good for us. I completely disagree, Ryan. I don't think he's going to come any good. At least they would have fight. Yeah, that's true. Missing Mount so much that game. I'm sorry to say, I think tonight is enough. Enough is enough. Wolves, Bournemouth, West Ham, Everton. Like, if you can't beat those 4 at home, it shows how bad we are. Imagine if we had those 12 points right here, right now. Imagine if we had all those 12 points. We beat Everton and West Ham and Bournemouth and Wolves at home. That's 12 points there. We have chucked away. We've basically chucked away nearly every single point. A point against Everton. No, we lost to Everton. A point against Wolves. A point against Bournemouth. And a point against West Ham. In our last 4 home games, we've picked up 3 points from 12. 3 points from 12. And that's meant to be the standards. That's meant to be acceptable. We have no attacking threat over them and Bruno and Wemo and Ahmad. Completely agree. I think this is the beginning of the end. It would not surprise me if we don't beat Leeds and we don't beat Burnley. Just imagining it now, and we get hammered by Arsenal. We get hammered by Man City. I think that's the end. I think you're going to have to sack Amorim and bring in an interim until the end, because at the end of the day, Amorim out Inzaghi in. Passing was shocking today as well, barely reaching our players. The end began in 2013, says Ashton. Completely agree, mate. Soon as Sir Alex Ferguson fucked off, the Glazers took back control. That's what happened. Why did he not use Obi on for Sesko? I've got no clue. Sesko was ignored, Lacey was ignored, and if we play like this against Leeds at Ellen Road, which was always tough for us to go, we're going to get hammered. We will get hammered by Leeds, who I think are going to stay up, by the way. I think Leeds will stay up. Sunderland will stay up. Burnley are probably gone, to be honest with you, unless a miracle happens with Burnley, Purple Bricks FC, fucking Scott Parker FC. If they manage to get out of it, fair enough. But if you can't beat them away at Turf Moor, and we can't beat Leeds on Sunday, then what on earth are we going to do against City and Arsenal? This is my big fear. Because if we've got this, put into perspective now, no Maguire, no Delit, no Fernandes, no Mainu, no Mount. No Ahmad, no Mazraoui, no Mbeumo. If we've got none of them for City, and we've got none of them for Arsenal, we are going to get absolutely turned fucking over. And then you're going to be stuck with Ugarte and Casemiro against Burnley and Leeds and Man City and Arsenal. You're going to be stuck with Sesko up front against Leeds, Burnley, City and Arsenal. And if you've got no players back and the African Cup of Nations obviously doesn't finish yet, then what the hell are we going to do? What the hell are we going to do? If you look at the next match, Man United or Madrid, you'll be horrified at the current options. Someone please put the next current United manager options in the live chat. That would be great. Or are we just going to keep sacking manager a year into the job and expect someone else to do better? United literally depends on players, bro. What the hell? How do United keep stopping two new lows? Mad's gone. Calvert-Lewin hat-trick incoming. I think the only players that really cover themselves in any glory is Matthias Cunha, Aiden Heaven, and probably Lemens. Because look at that double save where Wolves could have scored. If Wolves would have scored that chance, we would have lost. We would have lost that game. If Lemens doesn't stop those two Wolves saves, we would have lost tonight. We would have lost. But it's Cunha's work rate that I'm liking. Let's all laugh at Man United, says Charles. What is the solution? I don't know. I don't know what is the solution. A couple of players in Jan's top four, easy, says Urban Shepherd. Someone needs to teach Cunha how to pass, for fuck's sake. Thanks for the follow, Alexander. Very much appreciated. I'm dreading Arsenal. I'm dreading City and I'm dreading Leeds. Because playing like this, I just don't see a solution. Because the team that played tonight is playing against Leeds on Sunday, by the way. Yeah, Cunha's work rate's good. Don't get me wrong. Cunha's work rate's good. But it's not making the right passes at the right time. Ineos and the Glazers only got Aaron because City wanted him, knowing nothing about the formation. Exactly. Working hard, bloke cost 65 million. Exactly. I like his work rate, but he needs to know when to let go of the ball and pass it. Where do you expect us to go from here, though? I don't know, Bradley. I don't know. Because the team that played tonight is playing again on Sunday. The team that played tonight is playing again on Sunday. It will be Ugarte, Casemiro midfield. It will be a back three of Martinez, Heaven and Shaw. Dorgu at left wing back. Delo at right wing back. It will then be Sesko. I don't know how we're going to win on Sunday. Not with those players, what I've seen tonight. We've got no chance. We might as well wave the white flag now. We might as well get the Dido song on. We might as well get Dido on, the fucking white flag song. Her famous #1 hit. There'll be no white flag above my door. We might as well fucking surrender now. Because I can see Leeds smashing us. I can see Leeds absolutely smashing us. Because the problem will then be the bench again on Sunday. He'll ignore Lacey. He'll ignore Obi. He'll use Yoro. He'll use this 17-year-old who did fuck all. And he'll end up using Jack Fletcher again. I mean, to use the Fletcher brothers is embarrassing enough. But to chuck a 17-year-old on to try and get us a win, what are you doing? Like, what are you doing? But people say, well, he had no choice. What could he pick from? Go and buy some players in January and then we'll talk. Because apparently, if they're letting Xerxes go, even Romano's come out and said, if we let Xerxes go, United are going to go and look at an attacking option. Who's going to want to fucking join us if we can't beat fucking Wolves at home? And fucking Bournemouth, West Ham, Everton. But we can't keep going through the same cycle and sacking managers within a year and a half and expect someone to come in and change everything. Completely agree, Bradley. Bottle Jobs FC says, Freddie, come on, Wolves is the only point. Wehe says, WWFC Mikey. I honestly don't know. I honestly don't know what's going to happen. Huge point for both teams. Fucking hell. Wolves will probably celebrate this tonight, and I don't blame them. I don't blame Wolves. They were the better team. They should have won tonight. Wolves should have won. There's no excuses. Wolves, if they would have won tonight, I would have applauded it. I would have applauded them off. But because I am so angry that we can beat them at Molineux, but draw to them at home, they're going to get fucking relegated. Could you imagine, right? Imagine this. The point they got tonight, imagine all of a sudden if they start banging win after win and they get out the bottom three. Could you imagine if they escaped thanks to the point at Old Trafford? Could you imagine? Could you imagine if they stayed up now? Honestly. Wolves took 6 points off you last season. Take the positives. Oh my God. We should have taken 6 points from them this season. They're fucking shit. Wolves are shit. They're on the worst Premier League points tally ever in a lifetime. And we can't beat them at home. Who've they got in their team that stands out? Not even Strand Larsen can get in their team anymore. And apparently he's off to fucking West Ham to go and blow some bubbles. Fairy Liquid FC. Get the bubble bath in the bath. In the bathtub. That shows how shit we actually are. And so is Jack Xerxes is woeful too. He needs to go. Exactly. Xerxes was taken off because Amorim has had enough. Amorim has seen enough. That's the only good bit Amorim did tonight, was getting that fucking joker off the pitch. He's like fucking Marwan fucking Fellaini. Go and get a fucking haircut. It's like that United fan who won't go and get a haircut if we don't win 5 games in a row. How sad have you got to be? Like, honest to God. Jack Fletcher is the worst academy player at Man United right now. These Fletcher brothers aren't good enough. But chucking them in at the deep end is a disgrace. Xerxes might be woeful, but he still probably should have played a bit longer. It's because he gave Wolves the equaliser. He basically gave the assist for the Wolves goal. Same thing went very wrong in the space-time continuum. Bringing Montano on instead of Obi, I know. I can't believe Obi got ignored. I don't know what he's done wrong. I don't know what Yoro's done wrong. I don't know what Obi's done wrong. I just don't get Amorim at the moment. I just don't understand it. Is he trying to sabotage us? Is he trying to get himself sacked? Does he really want this job anymore? I don't know. He's only chucking... This is a good point made from Lucas. I hope I pronounced that right. He's only chucking them in because he thinks Jack Fletcher is as good as Darren. Is he fuck? Exactly. Exactly. That's the only way. That's the only reason why they're in this team. It's a decent point. No, it's not. It's not a decent point. We were shit. We deserved to look. We didn't deserve to win. We didn't deserve to win. If the Theatre Dreams was on a high street, it would have been closed down years ago. Abysmal. Oh, that's quality. Liam 95W, that is fucking... your comments are quality. Your guys' comments are quality. Obi should have been on that pitch at least for 20 minutes tonight, says Zach. We are so bad at counters, says Magnus. Honestly, what an embarrassment, but come on. Do you know what? I've had enough tonight. I think this is the end for me in Amorim. Like, we had a good relationship. We're having hanky-panky. We're having a bit of a romance. But that romance is fucking coming off the rails now. That romance is coming to an end. And I'm sorry to say, if you can't beat Wolves and Bournemouth and Everton and West Ham at home, enough's enough. We could have had 12 points from all 4 of those games, by the way. And Bournemouth have got a point at Stamford Bridge. They got a point at Old Trafford. I mean, West Ham can beat Brighton. We should have beat West Ham at home. Everton have beat Forest away. We should have beat Everton at home when they were down to 10 players. We lost Kobe at the worst possible time. This is just embarrassing. Like, I'm embarrassed. Like, I've got nothing positive to say. Because after such a good result against Newcastle, New Year's Day's been ruined, and 2026 you might as well cancel, because this same old United team is going to go into 2026 and it's going to be exactly the fucking same. Nothing's going to change. If United are going to act in January, they're going to have to act it right now. They're going to have to go into January and they're going to have to spend money. What money they're going to have, I don't know, but apparently we can spend it. You're going to have to spend 200 to 300 million then, because we need at least 2 midfielders and we needed an attacker. But what attacker's going to look at us and think, do you know what, fuck that. He trusts the likes of Tyler Fredrickson, but doesn't trust Obi, one of the best under-17s we've got. Never seen a worse player than Agate. Rather have Sean Dyche playing part the bus and welling it long. Just bring in Xavi, says Matteo. You think the players are the problem. Marks trusts Eden Hev on live, but won't play Obi for 10 minutes. I just don't get what Amorim's trying to achieve here. Do you want the job? Do you want to get sacked? Are you sabotaging us? I just don't know. I really just don't know what he's doing. He's absolutely lost it tonight. The way he set us up was always going to be doomed to fail. Even Gary Neville said that. He has set United up to fail tonight. Maybe it's a message to Ineos. Maybe it's a message to the Glazers. Get me some players. But they're trying to get Conor Gallagher on loan. It's got to be Gallagher and another midfielder. We're going to have to... Do you know what? Don't be surprised. Hear me out, right? This result is bad. This is unacceptable. The worst Wolves team in history in the Prem. Worst point tally ever since Derby County. Right? Do not be surprised if United now go act in January and go buy some big name players. They go and splash the cash on Belieber. They go and get Conor Gallagher. And they go and get a good attacker. Don't be surprised if they'll try and paper over this result. And then they'll bring Gallagher in. They'll bring in Belieber. Bring in an attacker. And we'll still be playing like this. And nothing will go right. We actually have 8 players out of the starting 11. 8. Fernandes. Mainu. De Ligt, Maguire, Mount, Mazraoui, Mbeumo, Mazraoui, Ahmad. So that's 8. So it's the ownership that should go, says user. What formation did Fergie usually use? A 4-3-3. Believer of 100 million. Laughing emoji, says Jack. Not saying Obi wasn't class, I agree, but you cannot downspeak Heaven because he's playing. Conor Gallagher is no better than the players we've got. That'll be another shot shining. What would you play Yoro today? I want to play a back three of Martinez, Yoro, and Heaven. De Ligt's injured. God knows when De Ligt's back. Maguire's been out since Spurs. So is De Ligt. Can anyone actually tell me, when did we play Spurs? When did we play Spurs away from home? When did we play Spurs? So they've not been fit since the 8th of November. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's nearly 2 months of no De Ligt and no Maguire. You're telling me both of them haven't recovered in 2 months? You're telling me they've not recovered inside 2 months? That, I'm sorry, something's not right there. Something's not right there. Aiden Heaven, 6-7. Thanks for the follow, Chloe. Thanks for the follow, Declan_init. I love Arsenal, says Light. Mount was missing, says Billy. Thoughts on Aiden Evans? The ref today was the worst United had so far. I think the only player that can actually come out of any credentials is probably Aiden Heaven. He's basically our standout player and he's a fucking centre-back. Like, he's the only standout player we've actually got. Apart from that, it puts the rest of the team to shame. I'm absolutely fuming tonight with this. I'm fuming because we've dropped 12 points at home to these teams. The thing we missed today was players that make the game sit the likes of Bruno and Mount. There was no pace to the game at all today. No Shea Lacey appearance too. Clueless managers, JC. Completely agree with you there, my friend. Both teams should have been pleased with the result. No, we shouldn't. Ref's fault now, says Jeff. Exactly. We can't blame the ref. With a referee, I mean, Kuna was getting hacked down because Wolves want revenge because we've took their best player. Do you reckon we'll sign anybody in January, says AR? We've got to. We need at least 2 midfielders and an attacker. Thoughts on Fletcher today? Jack Fletcher was a rabbit in the fucking headlights. I could have chucked half of you lot on the pitch and you would have done better jobs. And I'm actually being really honest about that. I think half of you would be better footballers on the pitch than what Jack Fletcher did all the second half. And considering Jack Fletcher was being played out of position as well. Can I just mention that? Jack Fletcher was being played out of position. Where have we seen that before? Erik ten Hag. What's Ruben Amorim doing? Playing players out of position. So we actually haven't changed, have we? Sesko is airily shocking, says CG. Completely agree, because he had a chance from the corner but hit the post. And the chance he had in the second half, he played straight at the goalkeeper with an easy save. It says a lot. It says a lot. And I'm telling you now, United are going to have to react now. And don't be surprised if they paper this result with cracks. They'll go and get Belieber, they'll go and get Conor Gallagher, and they'll go and get an attacker. Oh, look what we've done. Look what we've done in January. Do you like our shiny new toy? That's what they'll do. Because they know Coop says Fletcher is terrible. Completely agree with you. My 7-a-side team on a Wednesday could do better than half the people on the pitch. Completely agree with you, JC. Completely agree with you, my friend. Mosquera was horrifically nearly scored an own goal. January transfer window is in need ASP. They really won't not in January, says Ryan. Do you know what? I think Ryan's right. I think people are trying to get optimistic will do business in January. I think Ryan's hit the nail on the head. Don't be surprised if they don't and they wait till the summer. Don't be surprised. I think Ryan's right. I think probably, again, another comment of the night. Don't expect anything in January to happen. And I'm getting ready for that. But if they don't, I will react to it and saying you're basically sacking another manager then. You're throwing away European football because the problem is a lot of those United fans are going to celebrate that point. A lot of these Man United fan supporters will celebrate a point. We could have gone level with Liverpool. Sunderland, if they win on tomorrow, will go above us. So we're down to in the Europa Conference League spots. Is that where we want to be? Europa Conference League. Is that where we want to be? If you think they're going to make 3 big sides in January, you're delusional. Exactly, I completely agree with that, but they're going to have to, I think. Drawing with Wolves is diabolical. Can't even keep up with Garte and Casemiro pivot. I feel sorry for Wolves. They just dropped points today. We got a point, says JGB. We got a point. One at most, a Garte out and someone who can pass the ball in. Any news on the results at Fir Park? I don't keep an eye on Scottish football. Wow, okay. You're getting blocked then. Goodbye. Unlucky. We need our players that can play ball. I swear Amrin doesn't want to win matches. I don't know where we go from here. Because this point is horrific. This point is absolutely fucking horrific. And I don't think there's any way back for Amrin. I don't see a way back. I don't see him changing. Apparently we've changed the formation and gone to a back 4. Did anybody recognise that tonight? Because I didn't. I didn't see a back 4. A team on 2 points drawing European title contenders. That's true. That's very true. Kuna was shocking. Sir Rob Edwards. JBB says give Rob Edwards a knighthood for the point at Old Trafford. Do you know what? I think enough's enough of Amorim. Like, I don't see it changing. I don't see it improving. And I think the end is near. Like, if we don't beat Leeds and Burnley, Wolves fan here buzzing. I'm not surprised you're buzzing. I think you'll be glad with a point. It'd be like celebrating 3 because obviously I think you should have won. We'll probably bring in a striker in on loan as a panic transfer. We won't bring in a midfielder. We've got to, Andy, though. They've got to. They're going to have to spend in January. Don't be surprised if they get Belieber and they get Conor Gallagher on loan. Or they get both permanently and then go and buy another midfielder in the summer. That midfield needs a complete chuck out. Get rid of Mount. He's injury prone. Can't be trusted. Get rid of Fernandes. Get rid of Casemiro. Get rid of Agate. Keep Mainu. Get Belieber. Get Elliot Anderson. Buy Conor Gallagher. Get another midfielder. You've got a brand new set of 5 midfielders there. That's what I would do. I think that's what I would do. I think they're going to have to act in January because they'll try and paper over the cracks. Because this tonight is a disaster. We could have gone level on top 4 tonight. Every time we get an opportunity, we bottle it. We might as well be called Bottle Job United. We're not Manchester United. We're not a United front. We're not a United team. The fucking club's in chaos. The club's in chaos. And I don't want James Garner anywhere near a return to Old Trafford. James Garner was sold for a reason. He's Everton level at best. I do not want James Garner anywhere near this club. No, thank you. But that's my opinion. Amrin won't spend in Jan, just spend big in the summer. But we can't afford to do that, mate. Not with the injuries we've got. Could be worse. You could be on 3 points like us. Bruno should be out. He's one of the best reliable players, but he can't. We should have cashed in. We're a big 4 curse. Sesko is looking like signing of the season. I think tonight, if you're Amrim in, Amrim out, I respect you. If you're Amrim in, Amrim out, I completely respect you. But I think tonight, after what I've seen, 4 home games that we haven't been impressed with, we've played Newcastle home, so we've only picked up a point against, lost to Everton, a point against Bournemouth, West Ham and Wolves, and we beat Newcastle. So we've only picked up 6 points from 15. I'm sorry I got that stat wrong. It's actually 6 points from 15. Well, it's too late now to sell him. Just make some realistic signings. Isaac and whatever. It's my career, man. I can do what I want with it. Xerxes is apparently going to Roma. I will fucking drive him to Roma. I will drive him to the airport because he's crap. But yeah, tonight, I think the end for Amorim. Did you see James Garner probably 10 times better than the shit you've got in your squad now? Xerxes is shocking. Every long ball he looks at the player, not the ball, is so irritating. I think tonight it's the good and the bad of Joshua Xerxes. I think that's going to be his last Old Trafford goal. I think that's going to be it for him. I think this Roma move will now massively start moving forward quite quickly. But apparently we won't sell Xerxes until we bring in a replacement. God knows who that's going to be. Would you try and hijack the Semenyo deal? Would you try and do that? But he looks like he's off to City. So I don't know what we do. I don't know what we do. But tonight's just been an absolute disaster. Man United won, Wolves won. 6 points from 15. 6 points from 5 home games at Old Trafford. And Ruben Amorim's broken yet again another record. Unfortunately, it's all the wrong ones. This is the first Man United manager ever to lose 10 games at Old Trafford. Another stat that has been broken for the first time ever in our history. That's never happened ever in our football club's history. A manager has hit 10 games at Old Trafford and not won them. Says a lot about Amorim as a coach, a manager, whatever you want to call him. I wouldn't trust Amorim to work in a supermarket putting the fruit and veg on the shelf. That is how bad I think Amorim is. I think he got it wrong tonight. I agree with Gary Neville, but people will say 6 points in 15 and drawing of a type team hysterical. Exactly. There's no excuses. Amorim has got nowhere to hide. He's going to get a lot of bullets, and I think a lot of those players are going to get a lot of bullets as well. I think tonight is the night that I think I've just had enough of this now. I can't be drawing with Wolves and Bournemouth and West Ham and losing to Everton at home. 6 points from 5 home games. 6 points from 15. That ain't good enough. That ain't Man United standards. And I think tonight is the night that Ruben Amorim has utterly lost the plot. Will we sack him? Will he still be here next season? What's going to happen in 2026? God knows what's going to happen now. Exactly. How can you not beat Wolves at home, says Jeff. Exactly. Well, this has been your full-time match reaction. Thanks to everybody that's tuned in. Thank you for all your likes. Thank you for all your comments. And I just want to say thank you for everybody's support this year. I know this year's not exactly been easy for any of us. Like, this year's had its ups. This year's had its down. And obviously what we've achieved this year is nothing more than a miracle. I appreciate all your guys' support. So we might not always agree with our opinions and our views sometimes. We go backwards and forwards quite a lot. And we might not always agree. We might always disagree. And we share opinions and views. But everything's always respected. So I appreciate your guys' support. Obviously, I hope you've all had a great festive period. And if I don't speak to you guys, I hope you all have an amazing new year. Hope 2026 is going to be great for all of us. We're halfway there to 5,000 followers on TikTok. And then we're only halfway there then to 10,000, which is quite big for this TikTok community. So let's try and keep on growing in 2026. Obviously, it's not the year and the result that I wanted Manchester United to end on. A draw against bottom of the table Wolves, who are only on 3 points. The worst points tally in Premier League history that is about to be broke because of Wolves. Derby only hit 6 points. Wolves are on 3 and haven't won all game all season. It will feel like a win to them, which I don't blame them for. We can't even beat Wolves. What do you do with Amorim? Will you sack him? Does he stay? Will United spend in January? Absolutely God knows what we do from here. But I'm not looking forward to Leeds. I'm not looking forward to Burnley. I'm just going to go enjoy the rest of my Tuesday evening and try and enjoy the new year. But I feel like cancel 2026. Cancel the new year because United have ruined it already. And we're not even on the 1st of January yet. And United have ruined my new year already. New Year bullshit, same old Manchester United crap. Same old story, same old United. Nothing changes. United are only gradually going to get worse. And I think now, for me, this is the beginning of the end for Amorim. Enjoy the rest of your week. Stay safe, be nice, be kind to each other. You're all legends, you're all legendary. Stay safe. And I'll see you guys on the next one.